First I want to say what a great victory we had on Tuesday with the election of Robert Hurt to be our next great congressman. And I have to credit all my chairmen in the 5th District. As chairman of the 5th District Republican Committee, this year we came together to form a grassroots and build a party and grassroots activism that really showed at the ballot box this year. If you notice in the press, in the final results, we had over 50% voter turnout, the highest turnout in Virginia. And I credit that to the hard work of all my chairmen and all their activists and all their members of their committee. So I want to thank all of them, and I know Robert's victory is due to that. Robert has served us very well here in the 19th Senatorial District. He's been a great senator for us. He's a great conservative, and it's hard to replace Robert. In fact, no one can replace Robert. And we are so glad that he's now elevated now to Congress in the 5th District. Remember this, the 5th District seat in Congress was first occupied by James Madison. And we've had a great congressman in Virgil Goode. In 2008, I was with Virgil Goode when we lost by 727 votes. And at that point in time, I made a promise to myself and to my committee and to people here in Franklin County that we would avenge that loss. And on Tuesday night, we avenged that loss with the victory of Robert Hurt. Even though we have a victory of Robert Hurt, and even now with Robert going to the 5th District congressional seat and will represent us well in Washington, today there is no time to be complacent. Because Virginia matters. Virginia leads the way in the United States. And so today I announce that I'm a candidate for the 19th Senatorial District to fill Robert's remaining one-year term. Yeah! I want to thank George Sterling for the introduction, and let me tell you just a little bit about who I am. A lot of people in here know who I am, but allow me just to say a few words about that. I'm the son of a Navy pilot. I was born in Florida. We traveled around the United States until we settled here in Virginia in 1975. My parents, as George Sterling and I told you, bought property here in Franklin County in 1982. My dad loved it here. He spent the last 7 years of his life here in Franklin County, and it felt like home to him like no other had before, especially for a naval officer who had traveled throughout the world and throughout the United States. My mother and I practiced law together. We started the practice of law after my father passed away in 1989. I came back home to go to law school, and I convinced my mother at that time, who always wanted to be a lawyer, that if she would go to law school, we would start a firm together. Wherever I was, I would leave to start a firm with her. She graduated from law school. I'm so proud of her that she did. And we opened the law firm, which became Davis & Stanley in Northern Virginia. As George states, one of the first cases that I had in 1994, with Gil Davis, my partner at the time, prior to my mom becoming a lawyer, was the case of Paula Jones versus William Jefferson Clinton. That case I was able to work on. I didn't get to actually speak before the United States Supreme Court, but I got to sit there. But I helped write the brief that, of course, won a 9-0 Supreme Court victory that stated that no president is above the law and is held responsible for his private acts. I'm very proud of that work, and from there on, I started a litigation practice, which now here we opened in Franklin in 1999, and I practice here today. I practice all over the state of Virginia, and in 2007, I worked very hard as a part of the campaign to elect our first Republican sheriff in Franklin County since Reconstruction, who is here today, Sheriff Yule Hunt. And after that, I can tell you that George Sterling did approach me about becoming Franklin County chairman. And when I became chairman, we had a pretty small Republican committee, and we grew that committee to a size of 135 members. We doubled the size of the membership, we raised $20,000, and we made sure that we brought home strong Republican majorities in every election thereon after. In fact, I'm very proud of the fact that in the Board of Supervisors here at Franklin County, we had never before had a Republican representative on the board. They had all run as independents. One of the goals that I stated for myself was that we were going to put a Republican on the Board of Supervisors. And we did that. We have our first Republican declared candidate who became a member of the Board of Supervisors, who's also here today, and I'm proud to know Ronnie Thompson. Yeah. George Sterling is also right about another thing. Thereafter, he said, you need to become 5th District Chairman. So after his encouragement, I ran for 5th District Chairman, and this May was elected at Hampton-Sydney College, my alma mater. Since then, it was my goal that we would be organized. For too long, we have 21 units throughout the 5th District that acted independently. And when I saw the loss in 2008 of Virgil Goode for Congress, I realized that we did not act as one political organization, unified with one purpose. So we've organized, we've strengthened our membership, we've doubled the membership in so many of our units now that we have a lot of new activism throughout the 5th District. And as you saw, the results paid off Tuesday night with the election of Robert Hurt. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why am I running? As I said before, this is no time to be complacent. This is where we must act to make sure that we protect Virginia. So therefore, as a Senate candidate, I will make sure and make certain promises to you. We have one overriding need, and that is to restore the local economies here in the 19th Senate District. It is most important to us that we create an environment that will bring jobs back to Campbell County, to Pittsylvania County, to the city of Danville, and to Franklin County. We must reduce regulations and state regulations so that they will foster the bringing of jobs into this area. More importantly, though, I believe that we need to shrink the size of our state government. As we all know, we need to shrink the size of our federal government right now. But I also believe that we can shrink the size of our state government. Yeah. Yeah. I promise you that when you elect me as your next senator, that I will never vote for any bill that will raise any tax or user fee upon its citizens in Virginia. Me, Senator, we've got a redistricting issue coming up this year. I will make sure that we keep the 19th District as it is today. We have to keep the 19th the 19th. Southern Campbell County, Pittsylvania County, Franklin County, and the city of Danville are a power here in Southside that counterbalance the power that is exerted in Richmond by those representatives in the Senate from Northern Virginia, from Hampton Roads, and from Richmond. We need a strong voice for Southside, and I will be that strong voice for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, also, I will protect your Second Amendment rights at every turn. I believe that life is sacred, and I will make sure that family values are adhered to so that our way of life down here in Southside remains as it should. Yeah. Yeah. And finally, I'll say this. We've got a nominating process because the governor will be calling a special election here in the next few days. So we'll have a nominating process for the Republican Party that will probably occur no later than November 21st. So that's the reason I'm announcing today, because we have a short time in which the nominating process will elect our nominee for the Senate District, and then the election itself will be in December 21st. So I ask for your support and help. I'll be working very hard every day to make sure that I represent you. And with that in mind, I want to meet every single person here that I possibly can in the 19th Senate District and understand what their needs are, so that when I travel to Washington representing them, that I will make sure that I am them, that I'm not some stuffy politician that goes up there and thinks he can do what he wants to do. I will respond to you. I meant Richmond, by the way, not Washington. I'm getting ahead of myself. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for coming. I really appreciate the support today. And I promise you this, that I will serve you well in Richmond. And I ask for your support. Thank you.